Alrighty, you guys. So basically, I've been having issues with this thing. I don't have any clips of it really doing it, so I'll put in a little clip of my buddy's bike doing it. So basically, these things, these Honda 70s and 50s can get like a false limiter. And that false limiter, it really slows you down. I managed to get mine mostly gone with tuning of the carburetor, just changing jets and stuff. But it would still do it up in the top end. And I was so confused. And then we figured it out on my buddy's bike that the timing was 1 tooth off. So I figured I'd come out here today after I just advanced my sprocket 1 tooth on the cam to see if it makes any difference at all. Yesterday, with the tooth where it was, I was hitting 68 kilometers an hour with my current sprocket ratio. So let's see what I can get going here. So much better. Well, I guess I'll have to go back and look at the footage here and see exactly how much better we did. So all in all, looks like we picked up 12 kilometers an hour. Like I said, I didn't change my sprockets, like my sprocket on the wheel or the one on the engine. I'm running a 14 tooth up front and a 34 in the back. And basically, I wasn't expecting it to pick up that much, but we picked up 12 kilometers an hour. So I'd say that's pretty good. Last year when I was doing the pit bike races, I noticed everybody was just kind of pulling away from me everywhere, and no matter how much I changed my gearing or anything, and I was really confused because I've done all the right stuff to the bike. And again, like I've said in other videos, if you guys want to know what's done to it, I can make a full walk through on the build and everything that's been done. But yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can find another camshaft kicking around here. I have an old head, and I have a cam sprocket as well. And I'll kind of show you guys what I had to do to fix this false limiter, so you can get the idea. Really easy. It took us 5 minutes, but I'll go down in my basement here and see if I can find some spare parts kicking around to kind of give you an example. Alright, so here is a head off of a Chinese motor we had kicking around. So basically, if you look right in here, there's a timing mark. On the Honda head, it's a little bit more noticeable, but that's where it is. And here's your timing gear that goes on your camshaft. You'll see that dot right there. You've got to try to line it up best with that timing mark as possible, right? So here's the thing. It doesn't ever line up perfect. It's always either a tooth behind or a tooth ahead, right? So on both of our bikes, when I did our big bores, I guess I had it a tooth behind. All we did was take the bolts out of the sprocket here, pull it backwards a little bit, turn it like to skip a tooth, and stunk it back into the chain a tooth up. And as you see, just doing that made a big difference. I don't know how many other people make the same mistake with their big bore kits, because I've seen that this is a pretty common thing once people do it, and you know, no one really seems to have a fix for it. So we're gonna check my other buddy's bike that we recently did a cam on and see if we've done the same thing. And if that's the case, maybe I'll post a more detailed video on how to do this. But for now, I think I've given you enough information where you can go do it yourself. It's very simple. It's very simple. You can find lots of tutorials on YouTube on how to, you know, change your cam and all that. So if I didn't give you enough information, just maybe look at that. But like I said, you always want the dot on this sprocket to be right above the timing line, I guess, because clearly they don't perfectly line up.
Let's get at her.
But anyways, I think that's all for today's video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this solved your issue as well. You know, there's just not a lot of information out there. So anyways, though, you guys have yourselves a good one. Sayonara, signing off. See you later.